So the ketogenic diet or nutritional ketosis, you mentioned you've been interested in it since the 1960s, which predates just about anyone else I know in terms of when they knew about the ketogenic diet. Um, and and we're going to have several kind of sub questions about the ketogenic diet. But first of all, how would you define a ketogenic diet?
Yeah, and that's actually a great question. One of my frustrations is that I see it often discussed in the media or in podcasts as an eat this, don't eat that diet. In other words, it's the bacon diet or it's the, whatever, it's the heavy cream diet. Well, and different people react to different food items differently. But the nice thing about the ketogenic diet is, among all diets, it's one that has a clear and unambiguous definition. It's a pattern of eating that induces a state of ketosis in the human, and that's measurable. So either you are following a ketogenic diet or not, but my diet and your diet might not be the same. But so unlike, the diet is an unfortunate word because in people's minds, it implies, like I said, eat this, don't eat that. And that's kind of uninteresting. And a ketogenic diet is one that induces a state of ketosis, period. Now, you could have a very unhealthy ketogenic diet, right? You could eat nothing but Crisco and with bacon crumbles on it, and it would be very unhealthy, no doubt. But you could also have a very healthy ketogenic diet. And this has evolved over time, of course.
Yeah, good point. So, I mean, it's pretty simple in a way, which is if you're producing ketones, if you're in nutritional ketosis, like that's, I guess, a ketogenic diet. One thing I've observed personally is that many people say they're doing keto and they're not even measuring their ketones and they're just kind of vaguely following some outline from a blog or whatever.
Yeah, they're in fantasy land. I have a friend who proclaims to everyone that the reason why his cancer hasn't taken him away yet is because he has a ketogenic diet, but not so much. Biscuits and gravy is not ketogenic.
Yeah, that's true. Right. So some people that say they're doing keto are way off, like they're not even close because they just are still eating something like bread, like you said, like biscuits, and they just don't even make the connection that it's high in carbohydrates. And so that's not going to work out. Now, of course, if somebody does have a concept of like which foods are high in carbs and which ones aren't, and then they decide to do a quote low carb diet, even without measuring their ketones, there may still be some benefits or whatever. But
for sure,
like you said, a lot of people are in fantasy land where they're eating way more carbs than they realize, and they're not really doing a ketogenic diet.